Hey, Jonathan York from Bay Financial Partners, looking at the investment markets. Equity markets seem to be sort of holding sort of ground at the present. S&P and the Dow sort of hovering around the sort of 2100 level for the S&P and around 18,000 for the Dow, as we head into what potentially is the sort of first interest rate rise in the US. Potentially that could be sort of June, July time. Some analysts are pointing it to be a little bit later towards sort of September or October. But it'd just be interesting to see how the market performs, given that interest rates in the US are going to start to rise in the near future. Domestically, sort of quite a bit potentially going to happen in the next sort of 2 to 3 weeks. We've got the budget coming up. Will that give much away? Probably not. Maybe a little bit of sort of light relief, but overall it's still going to be a pretty sort of tight budget. We've got the Reserve Bank today giving their sort of 6th monthly review. We're looking forward. It'll be interesting to see if they're going to try and address the rising sort of housing market, especially in Auckland. Quite interesting to know as well, though, that you've seen the currency coming back now in the New Zealand dollar quite a bit, especially against the US dollar. That's having some pretty major implications out there, potentially on the inflation front. If you just look at oil, oil is sort of tracking higher still, up to around the sort of upper end of the sort of recent trading band to around that sort of $60 a barrel. With the New Zealand dollar falling as well, that's putting a little bit of pressure out there on the pump price. And if you look at it now, you've started to see maybe a sort of 15% increase in gas prices over the last sort of couple of weeks, as that dollar has fallen, but also as well oil prices have risen. So that's going to have some pretty major implications as you start seeing these year-on-year inflation figures sort of falling through. It was about this time last year where oil started to have its sort of major fall and really came down from sort of above $100 a barrel all the way down to sort of low 40s. But now they're creeping back up, and I see as well with the New Zealand dollar just falling a little bit as well. That's starting to put a little bit of pressure out there on the inflation front. Elsewhere, still obviously quite high demand out there for these high dividend shares. Compare them sort of TDs at the present. Your TDs are averaging around sort of 4.2 for sort of 1 year. Dividend shares, especially if it's structured as a pie, you've been getting around sort of 5 to 5.5 as a net return. So still sort of pretty good demand for those. If you're interested, call us on 0800 867 323. Or go to the website www.bayfinancialpartners.co.nz. You would have received the Meridian notice as well. You have to get that payment in by this Friday. That extra 50 cents, but at present the shares have proved a pretty good purchase. You're going to pay $1.50 for them in total, still getting a good dividend yield, and currently trading around that sort of $2.10, $2.15. So to summarise, if you're interested in those high dividend shares or the options out there for income, call us on 0800 867 323 or go to the website www.bayfinancialpartners.co.nz for lots of interesting articles. We look forward to speaking to you soon.